The doctor carefully used a laser cutter to open the helmet, but as he removed the helmet, a strange creature was tightly wrapped around the man's face. Seeing such a horrifying scene, the doctor initially wanted to quickly cut off the creature's tentacles, but when he was about to proceed, the creature's tail wrapped tightly around the man's neck again. If this continued, the crew member could be in life-threatening danger at any moment. To find the most reliable treatment, the doctor quickly conducted a full-body scan of the crew member. However, after the scan, he discovered an even stranger sight. The creature's tentacles had already extended into the man's inner thigh and were continuously supplying oxygen into his body. The most pressing problem now was how to completely remove the creature from the man's face. Since there was no completely reliable protection, they had no choice but to forcibly break the creature's tentacles. But just then, something unexpected happened. The creature's blood turned out to be extremely corrosive. In an instant, the ship's floor was burned through, creating a large hole. In this critical moment, the captain immediately led the crew to the next deck. But when they arrived, they found that the second deck's floor had also been melted through. Faced with this terrifying sight, they had no choice but to rush to the third deck, where the acidic blood finally stopped corroding. It seemed that this creature was far more terrifying than they had imagined. Reluctantly, they had to stop the treatment. But when they returned to the medical room to check on the crew member, they found the creature still tightly attached to the man's face. After witnessing this incredible scene, everyone quickly dealt with the situation and thoroughly checked every corner of the room. At this point, everyone's hearts were in their throats, and they didn't even dare to breathe heavily. Just then, seeing the situation, two people quickly stepped forward to check. Upon close observation, they discovered that the creature was already lifeless, and at that moment, the previously unconscious crew member miraculously woke up. However, they did not realize that a terrifying disaster was about to occur. While everyone was eating, the man's body began to tremble. Initially, they thought he was choking on his food, but the next second, something terrifying happened. A horrifying creature emerged from the man's body. The crew wanted to deal with it on the spot, but the doctor immediately activated a biological detector, which would quickly sound an alarm if any biological entity came close. With everything ready, they needed to find the creature on the ship as quickly as possible, or they could be in mortal danger at any time. When they entered a dark warehouse, the detector emitted a faint alarm. Following the detector's guidance, the three of them locked onto a storage cabinet ahead. They heightened their vigilance and prepared to capture the creature. But when Old Black opened the cabinet door, it turned out to be a false alarm. It was just a cute cat inside. To prevent the cat from obstructing their search, Old Black had to send Longhair to look after the cat, while the other two continued to search for the creature. However, during Longhair's search, he unexpectedly found a shed skin of the creature. He did not realize the gravity of the situation at that moment, and later arrived in a dark cabin. Just as he was about to call the cat over, something unexpected happened, and the cat had vanished. Given the urgent situation, they immediately reported what they had seen to the captain. At that moment, everyone felt an unprecedented fear, and the situation became increasingly difficult. Now they only knew that the creature was lurking in the ventilation ducts, and if they wanted to eliminate it, they would have to take the risk of entering the ducts. After finalizing the plan, the captain had Old Fly quickly craft several traps. Once everything was ready, they opened the ventilation ducts. To avoid unnecessary sacrifices, the captain decided to take the risk himself and entered the ventilation ducts alone, while the outside crew used detectors to monitor the creature's precise location in real time. Sure enough, it wasn't long before the crew located the creature, but unexpectedly, they still underestimated the creature's cunning. Soon, a horrifying event occurred. In less than a day, they lost 2 crew members. At this point, they had no idea how to deal with the creature, and some crew members were on the verge of emotional collapse. In this life-and-death situation, Xiaomei had no choice but to enter the ship's main computer room, hoping to find a way to completely eliminate the creature. After searching, she finally discovered the creature's exact information. It turned out to be a species called Xenomorph, an extremely adaptable and terrifyingly aggressive creature that could not be destroyed by current human means. However, she then discovered an astounding secret from the computer. The true mission of their voyage was to bring the Xenomorph back to Earth for research, a plan known only to Yisheng. When Xiaomei was about to share this secret with the other crew members, Yisheng shut all the cabin doors, and an unknown white fluid began leaking from his head. To prevent the confidential plan from being leaked, Yisheng attempted to eliminate Xiaomei on the spot. At this critical moment, Old Black and another crew member arrived just in time. But during the struggle, Yisheng's strange behavior once again left everyone stunned.